100. Getting to know you questions. Working with a group of new people and need some conversation starters. Break the ice and get to know people better by selecting several of these get to know you questions. Number 1 out of 100. Who is your hero? God. Number 2 out of 100. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? Las Vegas. Las Vegas, United States, USA. Number 3 out of 100. What is your biggest fear? Disasters like biggest earthquake ever. Sometimes insects and just disasters like weather problems, conditions of disaster, tornado, earthquake, volcano, etc. Other. Number 4 out of 100. What is your favorite family vacation? I would say going on a cruise, or not that only. I would say my favorite family vacation is my favorite family vacation is not just a cruise, but I would say my favorite family vacation is hold on. My favorite family vacation is just traveling to LA in the Garment District. Number 5. What would you, out of 100, what would you change about yourself if you could? I would change is, maybe I'll change is, something about myself I would change is,
Tell it everything. It's like strangers.
I'm reading this off the screen. I'm screen recording. Come on. You ruined the video. Huh?
Blow that up.
I probably got to redo this video.
You didn't do it.
Okay. Happy birthday. Night. So where was I? 5 out of 100. What would you change about yourself if you could? I would change my weight. Number 6 out of 100. What really makes you angry? When people hurt my feelings or abuse me, or have the authority or boss me around. Number 7 out of 100. What motivates you to work hard? Well, music that I make and made up or for fun, for YouTube or any other social media. And that's about it. 8 out of 100. What is your favorite thing about your career? Going to a program, exercising, doing laps, eating lunch, socializing, sightseeing, and staying safe. Number 9 out of 100. What is your biggest complaint about your job? Well, I go to a program. I don't have a job. Number 10 out of 100. What is your proudest accomplishment? My proudest accomplishment will be, to be honest, well, my proudest accomplishment is taking notes and my needs and want list. Okay. Number 11 out of 100. What is your child's proudest accomplishment? I don't have kids or child or anything like that yet. 12 out of 100. What is your favorite book to read? Junie B. or the Bible. Number 13 out of 100. What makes you laugh the most? Sometimes watching my videos with people. That's on YouTube. I like to watch my videos and laugh at it and with my family and friends. Number 14 out of 100. What was the last movie you went to? What did you think? The last movie I went to was The Photograph. And I think it was alright, but could have been better. But it's okay. Number 15. 15 out of 100. What did you want to be when you were small? What I want to be when I was small, I want to be a model or something. If I was skinny, long hair, or something like that. But that's stereotype, skinny, long hair. You could be bald and a model. So, hey. So 16 out of 100. What does your child want to be when he or she grows up? I don't have kids, or he or she, yet. 17 out of 100. If you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be? Stay home all day and do social media and make funny videos and enjoyable entertainment. 18 out of 100. What is your favorite game or sport to watch and play? Basketball, the Warriors, and sometimes Celtics. Anyway, 19 out of 100. Would you rather ride a bike, ride a horse, or drive a car? I would rather ride a bike and drive a car. Yeah, maybe a horse, but ride a horse, but just one thing out of all these three, a bike, a horse, or a car, I would say a car, because I never drove before, so I need experiences. I haven't got my driver's license or anything yet so far. Number 20 out of 100, what would you sing at a karaoke night? I would sing one of my songs called Dirty Mirror, or Moody in a Good Way, or Would You Like to Go Far Away, or All Messed Up in My Head. Some songs I made in a video. 21 out of 100. What two radio stations do you listen to in the car the most? I would have to say the news and rap R&B. 22 out of 100. Which would you rather do? Wash dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the house? I would rather let me pick. 1, wash dishes. 2, mow the lawn. 3, clean the bathroom. 4, vacuum the house. I would vacuum the house. Even though I don't have hardwood floors, but vacuum crumbs off the hardwood floors. Dishes, yeah, whatever. Just one thing. 23 out of 100. If you could hire someone to help you, would it be with cleaning, cooking, or yard work? It would be with cooking, because I want to learn from them and they can learn from me if I know how to cook as well as them. 24 out of 100. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? It would be maybe Chinese food or Italian. 25 out of 100. Who is your favorite author? My favorite author is the person who wrote the Bible and Moby Dick and whoever wrote Junie B. A little kid book. 26 out of 100. It could be any age book. 26 out of 100 again. Have you ever had a nickname? What is it? My nickname, Arnie, 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 or Smurf, Smurf. Yeah. 27 out of 100. Do you like or dislike surprises? Why or not? I love surprises, and because it makes me happy and brighten my day and brighten my life. And why not? Because you gotta let me know, or I don't know. 28 out of 100. In the evening, would you rather play a game, visit a relative, watch a movie, or read? In the evening, would you rather play a game, visit a relative, watch a movie, or read? I would rather maybe, it's a tough one. Would you rather play a game, visit a relative, watch a movie, or read? I would probably watch a movie and then probably play a game. I barely read, but read social media and visit a relative. 29 out of 100. Would you rather vacation in Hawaii or Alaska, and why? Not Alaska, but I'll vacation in Hawaii because the oceans and what could be sharks in there, baby sharks or whatsoever. But I would like to go to Hawaii probably just as an experience instead of Alaska. 30 out of 100. Would you rather win the lottery or work at the perfect job, and why? I would rather win the lottery. Simple as that. 31 out of 100. Would you rather want to be stranded with on a desert island? I would rather be stranded stranded with on would be stranded with on a desert island. Who would you want to be stranded with on a desert island? I would rather be stranded on the island with Beyonce. Or Beyonce or my boyfriend, Jimmy. Those people. 32 out of 100. If money was no object, what would you do all day? Stay home, social media, of course. 33 out of 100. If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to? I would travel to what year? Let me see if I can travel. The first day when people came to Earth. And to where God was alive and see how it was back then. And on the cross and all that. Just, I don't want to see that. I'll just help Jesus out. 34 out of 100. How would your friends describe you? Weird. No, not weird. Outgoing. Nice. Easygoing. Cool. Somewhat like that. 35 out of 100. What are your hobbies? My hobbies are basketball, singing, sometimes dancing, and just talking, socializing. And my hobbies are playing dominoes a lot, and rather than playing with cards. And my hobbies are social media and making videos for fun and for entertainment. 36 out of 100. What is the best gift you have been given? My best gift I've ever been given was me taking notes of my needs and wants. And yeah. 37 out of 100. What is the worst gift you have received? The worst gift I have received was I can't think right now. I have to get back to that. Let's see. My worst gift was I don't think I had any worst gift that I could think of on top of my head. But my worst gift was probably getting a couple of dollars in a birthday card from such and such, but personal. So 38 out of 100. Aside from necessities, and it wasn't my age, the dollar, that's why I said a couple dollars than my age. That's why I received less than my age of the money. So 38 out of 100, again. 38 out of 100. Aside from necessities, what one thing could you not go a day without? Social media, my iPod, music, I would say that. Music, R&B, and sleep, food. What's one thing they said? I would say music, R&B music. 39 out of 100. List 2 pet peeves. Baby turtles and puppies. 40 out of 100. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Just relaxing and let me see, a job probably. And my job would be bank teller or something like that. Learning how to count on calculator. Probably bank teller, or probably college, catching up on college stuff, learning how to be a bank teller, and just training or something in 5 years, or just program I go to. 41 out of 100. How many pairs of shoes do you own? A lot. 42 out of 100. Like, I own more than 5. 42 out of 100 again. If you were a superhero, what powers would you have? I would be invisible. That's what I want. Invisible, and it says powers, so more than one. Be invisible and then freeze people so I could take something from them. Okay, 43 out of 100. What would you do if you won the lottery? I would help the homeless, and I would help my family, friends, and I would take good care of people and myself. And yeah, and okay. 44 out of 100. What form of public transportation do you prefer? Air, boat, train, bus, car, etc. Other. I prefer car because that's how I roll. 45 out of 100. What's your favorite zoo animal? My favorite zoo animal would be a horse, zebra. Not a zebra, but the horse is not an animal. It's like a barn. You could barely see horses in the zoo, right? But a giraffe and maybe a crocodile, but those are creepy things, alligators and crocodiles. So I would say giraffes, and what else in the zoo is my favorite? Giraffes, and I don't like lions that much because they eat us. That could be harmful. Giraffes and not hippopotamus. Giraffes. Just giraffes, then, yeah. Let it be that. 46 out of 100. If you could go back in time to change one thing, what would it be? It would be... finish college at the average age. That's it. 47 out of 100. If you could share a meal with any 4 individuals, living or dead, who would they be? Living or dead? Living, I would share a meal with 4 individuals. Living, I would share with God, number 1. He's always with us. He's living through us as I speak. God, 1. My mom and dad, and maybe my bro, and my play sisters. And whoever is dead, 4, let me see. I would share my uncle on my mom's side, and I would share with my auntie on my mom's side, and I would share with my grandpa on my dad's side, and I would share with my uncle on my dad's side. Okay. 48 out of 100. How many pillows do you sleep with? 1. Because 2 is too much. So 1 pillow. 49 out of 100. What's the longest you've gone without sleep and why? 24 hour probably. No. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I think so. All night, all day up. To the next day. 50 out of 100. What's the tallest building you've been to? The top end. The tallest building I've been in was in San Francisco, I guess. Or the tallest building I could think of is there. 51 out of 100. Would you rather trade intelligence for looks or looks for intelligence? I would rather trade... tough. Well, let me see. I would trade intelligence for looks because looks are just what appears to be attractive, and intelligence, you could be nice looking when you're looking good. So looks instead of intelligence. 52 out of 100. How often do you buy clothes? every other month. I got a lot of clothes. And I like zipper pocket pants. 53 out of 100. What's have you ever had a secret admirer? No. Myself. 54. What's your favorite holiday? My favorite holiday would be my birthday. And etc. 55 out of 100. What's the most daring thing you ever done? The most daring thing I ever done was throw eggs at a car for fun. And I don't know whose car that was. With my man. 56 out of 100. What was the last thing you recorded on TV? Nothing. At all. 57 out of 100. What was the last book you read? The last book I read was just social media. And then church, the Bible on the reading screen. 58. What's your favorite type of foreign food? I would have to say Indian. 59 out of 100. Are you a clean or messy person? I would say clean. I don't like messy a lot. Organized person I am. 60 out of 100. Who would you want to play you in a movie of your life? I would want Beyonce. 60 out of 100. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Let me see. It take me like a few minutes. 5 minutes. 10 to 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. 62 out of 100. What kitchen appliance do you use every day? Fork, spoon, not really knife. Plates, bowls. I use plastic forks, so plastics of the spoons and bowls and plates. Plastic, because we don't like to wash dishes. Number 63 out of 100. What's your favorite fast food chain? My favorite fast food chain is, I would have to say, that's a tough one too. I would say my favorite fast food is Carl's Jr. and Subway, Taco Bell. But my favorite one would be, number one would be, favorite fast food chain. It would be, sometimes Nations, but it would be probably In-N-Out for now. And Casper hot dog. Oh, I love Casper hot dog. That'll be the number one. 64 out of 100. What's your favorite family recipe? My favorite family recipe is, I don't know. Let's see. Scrambled eggs. I don't know. It's the best thing I can make for breakfast with cheese or something. 65 out of 100. Do you love or hate roller coasters? I love roller coasters, but the twists and twirls hurt my neck, or they make me anxious of the ride. But it's fun. It's all fun for fun. 66 out of 100. What's your favorite family tradition? My favorite family tradition is having Thanksgiving with family and friends. 67 out of 100. What is your favorite childhood memory? My favorite childhood memory is, for Christmas, I got lots of dolls. My mama and dad spoiled me. Especially my mom spoiled me. 68 out of 100. What's your favorite movie? My favorite movie is Nothing But Trouble. And other movies too, but that's my favorite with Tupac and Nothing But Trouble. And John Candy in there. 69 out of 100. How old were you when you learned Santa wasn't real? How did you find out? I always knew Santa wasn't real, but then I'm like, I stayed up at night. He ain't real. I was like 6, 7. I already knew that in 5. Yeah, around 6 and 6 years old and 7. That I knew he wasn't real. 70 out of 100. Is your glass half full or half empty? I have no glass. I drink out of water bottles, and it is probably half full by now. 71 out of 100. What's the craziest thing you've done in the name of love? Walked across the street while cars were in traffic because he was like getting on my nerve about me riding a bike, but I remember the craziest things, and I just walked in front of cars and stuff in traffic because I was pissed at the whole world because I couldn't ride a bike. That was difficult for me. So it was like the end of the world right there. 72 out of 100. What 3 items would you take with you on a desert island? I would take food, water, and perfume. 73 out of 100. What was your favorite subject in school? What's the most unusual thing you ever... what was your favorite subject in school? History and I would say math and PE. My favorite subject in school, I would say, was history, but then the math and PE. But number one was PE because you get to play. 73 out of 100. What's the most unusual thing you've ever eaten? The unusual ever eaten was, not sloppy Joe. That's nasty. Unusual. I'm trying to think. In school or at the house. I ate was unusual was figs. I don't like figs, but whatever, that's unusual to me. Number 100 out of 75. Do you collect anything? Water bottles, yes. 76 out of 100. Is there anything you wish you would come back into fashion? Not really. 77 out of 100. Are you an introvert or extrovert? I don't know what that means. But, yeah, I have to Google and look back and get back to that. 78 out of 100. Which of the 5 senses would you say is your strongest? I would say a little bit of my eyes, but I can't see. I wear glasses. My senses, not my nose, would be stuffy or congested right now. I would say my strongest senses are feel, touch. Yeah, rather than my eyes. 79 out of 100. Have you ever had a surprise party that was an actual surprise? Yes, at my school when I was young, at 5 years old, 4 years old. A big cake and a lot of friends and people of the past that, yeah, I went to school with. 80 out of 100. Are you related or distantly related to anyone famous? No. Yes, somewhat. 81 out of 100. What do you do to keep fit? Treadmill, walking. 82 out of 100. Does your family have a motto, spoken or unspoken? Every day they would say, thank God for God, or, yeah. That's all I can think of. 83, good question. 83 out of 100. If you were a ruler of your own country, what would the first law you would introduce? If I was first ruler of the country, I would do is build homes for the homeless, and less taxes, increase more homeless homes for homeless people, more homes for them to stay, and make sure that they're getting the benefit as us people to stay in, not a tent. Uh, 84 out of 100. Who was your favorite teacher in school and why? Well, my favorite teacher was in school and why was Miss Etheridge. She died though. She's my third grade teacher. 85 out of 100. What three things do you think of the most each day? I think about three things. Do I think about the most each day? Is who's messaging me on social media or calling me? And number 2 out of 3, who I need to talk to or check in with, and what's the next in store for me. And 86 out of 100. If you had a warning label, what would yours say? Mine would say, warning label, let me see. Mine would say, don't touch me. Ask before you touch me. 87 out of 100. What song would you say best sums you up? I'm tired of living life now by me. 88 out of 100. What celebrity would you like to meet at Starbucks for a cup of coffee? Beyonce. 89 out of 100. Who was your first crush? Jimmy and myself. 90 out of 100. What's the most interesting thing you can see out of your office or kitchen window? I would say the next door neighbors. 91 out of 100. If the blinds are open or closed. 91 out of 100. On a scale of 1 through 10, how funny would you say you are? About a 4. That's what I think. 4. So, number 92 out of 100. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? In 10 years, like I said, a bank teller and training and finish college up. If I have to. If I want to. 93 out of 100. What was your first job? My first job was going to school and finishing and getting my diploma from high school. 94 out of 100. But it will be bank telling. 94 out of 100. If you could join any past or current music group, which would you want to join? I would join R&B music group. One of, let me see, Destiny Child or one of Bobby V group, even though it's all men. And he's my favorite artist that way. 95 out of 100. How many languages do you speak? A little Spanish. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Muy bien. Very good. Donata, welcome. Gracias. Thank you. And I speak English. See, yes. It's like 2 languages or so. Gong Hei Fat Choi. Happy Chinese New Year. So 3.5. But really English. Only, mainly. 96 out of 100. What is your favorite family holiday tradition? Thanksgiving. Geesh, didn't I already answer that? 97 out of 100. And Christmas too. And Thanksgiving, both. 97 out of 100. Who is the most intelligent person you know? My mom and Jesus and myself and I. 98 out of 100. If you had to describe yourself as an animal, which one would it be? I would have to say a puppy or a baby turtle. No, a puppy rather than a baby turtle. Because I like to walk and play. A little bit play. and just chill and easy going, laid back. 99 out of 100. What is one thing you will never do again? Smoke, drink, and that's all I can think of, etc. That's why I say all the bad things and get into a fight. Just be the bigger person and stop. So, drugs or abusement, I would stop. 100 out of 100 and take negativity out of my life. 100 out of 100. Who knows you best? My God. And that is it. 100 out of 100 questions, getting to know me. Thanks for watching. Okay.